What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crown Cinema Podcast. In this episode, we literally just watched Smile 2. Oh my god, dude. How do they keep doing this, dude? I mean, what?
I can't keep getting away with this.
Like, I honestly, before this, I didn't really think scary movies were that scary. You get jump scares. They're creepy. But like this movie, bro, you leave uncomfortable. Even in the final credits, when you're walking out of the movie theater, you hear Naomi Scott, the pop star, the main character, her music's playing, and then it just like morphs into this like screaming demonic sound when you walk out of the theater. So like from the moment you like get introduced into this crazy ass world to the moment you walk out of the theater, you just feel so uneasy.
Yeah, terrible way to send me back to reality.
Seriously,
you
dude.
know, it's just I'm gonna go ahead and jump the gun here. Really annoyed by all the comments we've been getting on our TikTok shorts.
Yeah,
talking about, oh, this movie was garbage, wasn't scary at all. I'm haunted. I'm terrified right now. I'm still shaky on the car ride back. Bro, I couldn't even talk. Like my words were like getting jumbled up. Because I was just that nervous.
You're still processing.
Like, dude, I'm like still like kind of shook up. Are we pussies? I don't think so. I think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Good delivery. Concept is terrible. Like, not terrible. Concept is just
terribly horrifying.
Yeah, just terrifying, you know.
Yes.
And
I feel like the first one was scarier. Only because you don't know the world yet. So like my first time watching the first one on our first episode, because you don't know the world, you're like, all the stuff is new to you. So like the scariness hits harder. This movie, you kind of know what to expect, but they bring it up still to a whole new level to where you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. I think maybe the reason I tried articulating this earlier, but the reason that it like kind of got me is like, when's the last time you saw a movie just about a famous person and like kind of like they're just what it's like to be famous?
Yeah.
You know, and we're talking like superstardom. Like they're portraying her to be like
one of the biggest,
a global success, like a Taylor Swift, I would say.
Yeah.
I think that's like kind of what they're going for. And so you already just kind of have that stress. Like, you know, it's a tough lifestyle.
Yeah, especially if you already have like a drug problem and all the stress, you're like gonna fall to it. She's already battling one demon. Demon.
So they already just throw it in there. Like, it would just be hard enough to just be a celebrity. But like you said, like a traumatized celebrity that, you know, the show must go on.
Yeah.
Like, really? The show has to go on? She witnessed a person die. Like, I think about just that traumatic experience. Anyway, so there's that stress level.
Yep.
And then there's just the day-to-day being a celebrity. And like, she's got to give all these interviews. She's got to sign autographs. She has to embrace tons of random people, like strangers that she doesn't know, and they could be creepy, whatever. So there's just all that. And then on top of that, she has this parasite from the spiritual world.
Yeah.
That, I mean, it's everything that could possibly go wrong as a celebrity, or really just as a person, but a celebrity in this case.
Right.
Goes wrong.
Yes, dude.
And I thought they delivered it perfectly. I was like, dude, I kind of already had watching her like getting on stage and like, you know, about to like go perform in front of a lot of people. I guess I got secondhand jitters.
Yeah.
But then it obviously enhanced because
you know
it's in her head.
Yeah.
So it just kind of sucks in that sense.
I feel like what makes it so scary too, coming out of the theater after the fact, is because a lot of the movie is shown from like a point of view perspective. You get the phone walking through the first guy that she got it from. You get a lot of her point of view, like looking around the room. So you're like anticipating things, even just like still shots from her point of view. So when you walk back out into the real world, you have the only view you have is your point of view. So like as you're staring forward, you're like, is somebody beside me smiling at me? Like,
yeah.
Everywhere you turn your head, you kind of like have in the back of your mind, like, oh my God, what if somebody was smiling at me right now?
I mean, yeah, that creepy ass music playing at the end, you know, while the credits are rolling, and I gotta go back into the real world. Also, I gotta piss my pants.
Yeah.
And so then I gotta go to the restroom. This movie is horrifying when it comes to mirror shots.
Yes.
So last thing I want to do is go in this movie theater restroom that is nothing but it's going to be a tough rest of the day. And we still got to go shoot a short film.
Yeah.
And it's just, oh my God. But okay.
What do you rate it?
I rate it for effectiveness at 9.5. Like,
yeah.
That really messed me up.
I give it Yeah, the ending twist, my jaw was dropping. I was like, at the twist of the end, we'll get to that here in a second.
Literally.
But like my jaw was dropped. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This is how they're taking it. So I'm going to give it I'm going to go 8.
Okay.
8. I think I like the first one better. They definitely did bring it up a whole nother step. Like it definitely is a bigger scaled demon. And
clearly.
Like, crazier shit happens to her than the first one. It's like, God damn, this demon's learning. He's like,
dude, he's getting better. He's really bringing his A game.
Seriously.
Because let's think about this for a second. Okay.
Right.
You have this monster that essentially has been going like pretty much just after an individual, like each and every time.
Yeah. Here we go. Spoilers coming.
Yeah. Spoilers coming. It's like we don't know when this thing started, whatever. I think in the first movie he like does say he's like there's like 150 cases. Then like I don't think I'm anywhere near. So we don't know like how old this thing is.
Yeah.
But clearly it's just been going after like individuals. And then it has the opportunity to live in the skin of like
a world famous celebrity.
Yeah, and so I assume to this creature, like this is the goal. Like like a parasite, it wants to take over everything.
Because even it's like, I've been waiting for you for a long time. Like I've been trying to build to you.
Yeah, and so I guess that's just. So that's okay. So in this movie, it's a little bit different from the first one in the sense that I think in the first one, she really did have a little bit of control in like the first 2 days that she was infected.
Yeah, you have a little bit of control in the beginning.
I don't think she ever had control in this one. I don't think anything we saw was real. I think that's proven at the end because she actually gets on stage. Everything, like if she did one thing that she like killing her mother or screaming, kind of losing her shit at the little charity speech that she had to give.
Yeah.
If she does, and there's more than that. If she does any one of those things, like there's no way she's making it to tour. But she does. That means I think that means she hallucinated every single thing that happened, which means that this parasite really brought it to a game, which really sucks for her.
There's really
she
no
never
way
had a shot.
I'd think that the beginning, some things we saw in the beginning were real. There were some things that were fake, but you can't disprove. It literally is just theory. Like you have to just choose to believe if it was real or not. Some things they obviously show you that it was fake, but like I honestly think whenever she met with the first guy who's talking about his brother and tells her about the cases and all that kind of stuff, I feel like he was real in the bar the first time in the bar. The only reason why I say that is because it was early on, and then other people were like, oh my God, I saw when you pushed over that old lady, so that maybe it bases it back in reality. But again, you still don't know. So you really can't, I can't convince you to say that was real or not because you could argue it either way.
Yeah.
I just choose to believe that some of it was real. And then towards the end is whenever the demon takes over your mind completely and then you're like fucking trapped. Where like you have no control anymore.
Yeah. There's just, yeah, it's bad. So what, like now it's a global pandemic? I mean, this thing just affected thousands of people.
See, that was what was so crazy to me. Is watching the buildup of everything that happened because like there was like a good 30 to 40 minutes of that movie that was all hallucination towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
When she's in the rehab hospital, maybe she actually did go there. Who fucking knows? And then she kills her mom, and you're like, oh my God. Because if you think back to the first one, we know that she did something violent. She killed the cat. Which was actually came out to be true. She did actually kill that cat and put it in her nephew's birthday gift. And so
you're thinking, she killed her mom.
You're like, fuck, she actually killed her mom.
Yeah, and the way that they like pace that scene out, like she is trying to like kind of snap out of it.
Yeah.
And just like get the hallucination over with, and then she's like, okay, this is real. I definitely just killed my mom.
Yeah, because there's a couple scenes after that and before that where she like closes her eyes and like, it's not real, and then opens it and it's clear. Like she's able to clear her mind.
Mm-hmm.
So when she does that in this scene, you're like, fuck, bro, she actually just killed her mom? Like, holy shit, that's so dark. Like, honestly, in that scene, though, if I were to be possessed by the demon and I come to and after my mother or father stabbed themselves and then I see myself holding the thing and, like, blood all over me, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm killing myself. Like, I can't live with this. I can't live with that. I'm like, I didn't do that, but I'm going to have to deal with the reality that I did do that. So, like, I'm immediately finding the highest window I can in that rehab facility and I'm jumping my ass off. out, done, cold, ended here. I killed somebody. Demon's clearly taking over my life. I got to end this shit here.
I know. It's just, we
need one person get infected to have the balls to just kill themselves.
Yeah.
Just take one for the team.
Like after day one, be like, really losing my fucking mind here. Like, that's not good. Like, and the things that I'm seeing right now, I doubt anybody can cure this. Like, nobody is seeing what I'm seeing right now.
It's like 100% success rate too. You said the 150 cases, 100% success rate. So you're like, dude, I'm fucked. It's like if you remember like when Ebola was going around or whatever back when we were kids, bro, if you get that shit, you're fucking dead. So it's like, all right, I got it. I'm infected with the demon. I guess I'm dead.
Yeah.
And let's end it here.
It's just, I'm not even talking about somebody that like understands it. I'm talking like you just wake up one day, you see somebody kill themselves. That's already terrible. And then the next day you start seeing like a bunch of visions. It's like, yeah, I'm done for. Like, clearly my mind has been broken.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to throw in the towel. I'm just going to wave the white flag and I'm going to go get the gun. And I don't want to talk to anybody about this. I'm not going to try and explain this to anybody.
Nope.
I'm not going to try to figure out what's happening to me. I think I just give up, and he would be like the unknown hero.
Yep.
But it would be, that would actually be kind of funny.
He would be a hero in the spiritual world. Maybe in the afterlife, it's like, good job, brother.
Yeah, the monster would be like, wait, stop it. And it's, nope.
Yeah.
Like, no, what are you?
Yeah.
That would be funny. What's that?
I was going to say, honestly, though, going back to that scene with the guy when he explained to her what was happening and he said, I can stop your heart, maybe that'll kill the parasite in your mind. You could maybe even prove that guy wasn't real the whole time because he came from an unknown number on iMessage. So, like, just in real world reality of like thinking logically of how that would happen, you don't get a text message that's unknown. That's an iMessage.
Unless you have a celebrity type security phone, but I'm making things up.
Right.
That's a theory right there. That's a whole conspiracy theory that celebrities have their own like,
yeah,
own little tweaked out iPhones.
They got their own dating website.
They do. I applied. I think it's called Raya. Yeah, because I'm really starting to feel like the shit with this podcast right now.
It's kind of blowing off. We got like 100 views an episode, so
kind of I feel like I qualified. Yeah, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so I can get into the dating world of celebrities.
And then maybe you can Dua Lipa.
Yep, or whoever I would, I get to choose. It's me. I'm the one that gets to choose.
This is a sidetrack, but I wonder like how famous you have to be to get into that world. Like, what's the level of fame? Because like obviously, I think here in the Dave Portnoy versus Zach Bryan stuff with that girl Brie, I assume maybe she was on the app. Is she famous enough to be on the Raya app?
Yeah, I guess so.
So like that's not a high level celebrity. She is very well known by like hundreds of thousands of people, maybe even millions of people.
You think about where we are in today's time though, like there's so many celebrities that could walk right by me and I would have no idea that they were celebrities.
Is AJ from the Costco family, is he qualified for Raya? The Boom?
No, I think if I saw him, I would just be like, wow, that kid needs some help.
Well, AJ's the dad. That's the dad that forces his kids to do that. Maybe I bet the Riddler's on it.
Yeah, if I just see a tubby little kid like that, I'm just gonna be like, oh,
cute guy,
poor guy, like not gonna make it if he doesn't make a change right now.
Yeah.
But no. Oh, wait, what just happened? Wait, how did we get here?
Gotcha.
Yeah. Wait, that was a smile trick right there.
That's my smile trick is getting you to watch the Costco family.
No, that was good. Honestly, I needed that. I needed to just stop thinking about Smile 2 for just a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, that helped. Thank you. I usually hate it when you bring up the Costco family, but that was actually really good timing. That I think I can do this now. I think I can actually get through this episode.
What makes it so much harder for her, though, the character, going back to Smile 2, is that she doesn't know what it is. Because the first movie, it's like a therapist who can kind of like, she can make sense of all the hallucinations in her mind because she understands that people go through this kind of stuff. So she can will find the source. She's like understanding her brain, knowing things aren't real, is able to she doesn't do a good job, but able to maybe explain better than somebody that just doesn't even know what the fuck is going on. So with somebody that doesn't know anything about this virus, literally just like got it randomly, it's way worse for her because she can't explain it. She's like freaking the fuck out. She can't rationalize in her brain that this is like just a mental condition. I can get through this.
She's honestly, and that's where I really agree that the guy coming out of nowhere, like totally fake.
The guy that was gonna cure her.
Well, kill her to cure her or whatever. Like, no way. Yeah, like there's just no way. Like, if that is the case, then she's honestly just lucky enough to have gotten that. But I just don't think that's the case. I think that's like a way for the entity to like reel her more in because now he like has somehow gotten into, he's put like this fictitious character there that makes her feel not alone, even though she has no idea who he is.
Yeah.
He's telling her everything she really has been wanting to hear.
Yep.
Which is, hey, none of this is fake. It's very much real. You're in danger. And she's like, wait, how? And he tells her this ludicrous story. But when you're driven that crazy, I would assume, you're like, well, that's got to be it.
Right.
Because this is insane. Like, what is happening to me? Like, these aren't just normal, I feel like I see somebody in my peripheral vision. Like, I have rooms full of my backup dancers that are like banging my head against the piano.
God.
And then I'm actually waking up in the hospital. I'm not hallucinating this. I'm under attack.
Yes.
People are hurting me.
With her, with all those like dancers in the room, it's like in the first episode, me and you both talked about how if we see and we realize it's a smile character, we're throwing hands immediately. It's like, okay, somebody's in my house smiling at me. Let's fight.
Come on.
I'm gonna see if you're real or not. Let's fight.
Come on.
But now we find out that if you do fight, they fight back, and it just really what's happening is you're fighting yourself because she
is a fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like whenever she fights him and the entities slam her head against the piano table, what really happened, we know, is that she slammed her head against the piano table.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you fight these things, you're also fighting yourself. So whatever damage you inflict or they inflict on you, it's gonna happen actually because like you're fighting yourself. So like now that whole theory of us like fighting back, scrapping to get out of this thing, it ain't gonna work because it's a demon and it's just gonna hurt you.
Yes. But you also it's funny that we're even talking about this because none of it happened.
Yes. Bro.
This movie combined the worst thing that could happen to you with a parasite, and then it threw Inception in there.
Yeah.
And you just have to sit there and just get mind fucked the whole time just to find out. Because if she hits her head on the piano, she also, one, has a concussion, and two, she doesn't look good. So she can't go on stage because one, she has a concussion, and two, she looks like shit.
Yeah.
And so for her to make it on stage, like none of that could have happened.
She also didn't have a bruise on her face when she got on stage in the final scene once that twist happened. So like
that's what I'm saying.
So like she never even hit her head on the table.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Fuck.
It never happened. Like, I mean, who really knows what was real? I mean, clearly, well, actually, what we do know, here's what we know. Oh my God. What she's wearing on stage is that the dress that her mom wants her to wear, and she's like, no, I'm not wearing it.
Yeah.
She made that up. That didn't even happen. So whatever happened right before she like tells her mom, like, I'm not wearing this dress, I think that was the last real thing that she has. And then everything after that, the entity took over and he just put her on autopilot.
Yeah.
Which is just horrifying.
So go back to what you're talking about with the dude that was probably fake in the bar that was explaining to her everything that's going on and giving her like that sense of security and like knowing what this is. That's what the demon does so well. It gives you these false senses of security. Like it always lets you think it beats you. At the very end, before it takes over, you do something, she goes to kill herself with the heart-stopping medicine. And the demon's like freaking out like, no. And then it stops and it's like, this isn't even real.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's even scarier for you because you think you beat it right when you have to finish line, like, thank God it's over. Fuck!
Yeah.
You're back in it.
Yeah. Shout out to the monster with what you just said. When it's like, none of this is even real. Then it gives her the biggest one-liner, like, the biggest, like, you just got line ever when he says, break a leg.
Yeah.
Like, all right, dick, you won.
Yes.
No need to rub it in because she breaks her back and like fucks up her leg in the car wreck,
Yep.
a year prior. So he just like had to throw that one in there.
Yeah. So,
It's like, all right, wait, now you're just being an asshole.
So if you haven't seen the movie, hopefully you have, but if you're just a curious listener wanting to hear what we're talking about with it, the twist is, spoiler alert, this entire thing's happened where like she's trapped in this freezer where she's going to kill herself. The guy's going to help her kill herself so that way he's going to bring her back to life and the demon's hopefully going to get out of her brain. And then the demon says, break a leg, and smoke appears and you realize, holy fuck, we're back in real life. She's about to go on stage. And kind of with how, it's towards the end of the movie, the demon took over. You're like, oh my God, she's going to give it to an entire stadium of people.
Yeah, which I feel like we talked about that
Yeah.
either on the episode or we just talked about it in general.
I think when we were explaining to Mercedes, she brought that up. It's like, what if she gives it to an entire crowd?
Yeah.
We're like, nah, that can't do that. It only goes to one person.
They did it.
They did it, bro.
They
One
did
up
it.
themselves a big time.
Yeah, spoiler. Yeah. Like, because that's what we were thinking. That was what we were like. I think based on the trailer, they're showing that at one point she is going to perform to a lot of people, a center full of people,
Yeah.
a stage full of people. And so we were just wondering, like, wait, is she going to like look at the crowd and they're all going to be smiling at her, which would have been epic. It would have been
That would have
creepy.
been creepy as shit.
But guess what? No, let's be real. Her killing herself in a crowd full of people, that's actually the worst thing that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then, lo and behold, it happened. So now we got World War smile
Yeah.
on our hands for the next movie. And what's going to happen? Like,
I hate that I have to watch the third one.
we have to.
I hate the fact that I'm
We
glad we
have
watched
to.
the second one. That's why we had to do this episode because I'm like, I have to find out what happens on Smile 2. And I wouldn't
Dude.
watch it for my free time. If I'm going to watch this movie, I need to get something else out of it. Let's talk about it for an hour.
Yeah.
So like,
No, it's
I hate
all
the
about
fact
that.
I hate that it's so good.
It's that morbid curiosity, man.
It is. That's what it is.
We're kind of addicted to like being scared. And I don't get me wrong, I don't like it. We were halfway in this movie and I'm like, wow, I would love it if they wrap this up. I would love to get outside while it's still daylight.
Yeah.
I hate that by the end of this episode it's going to start getting dark and we have a tornado. We're under tornado
it's
watch.
we walk out of the theater and it's cloudy, it's cold, it's misty. It's
Yeah, you
like,
can't
thank you for having us watch this movie and then walk outside of the most scariest environment that we could have been in.
We did that to ourselves. We should have checked the weather.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're done for. But okay, so I will say, I was curious, like, did you have to see the first one to see the second one? Not necessarily,
Yeah, not really.
but they do. I mean, it is right after, what's her name? Ruby, I think, in the first one.
Rose, maybe.
Is it Rose?
It's not,
Ruby?
I know it's not
Or Ro-
Ruby. I don't think it's Ruby.
Rose would make a lot more sense. Girls aren't just named Ruby anymore. Girls aren't named after things that rhyme with booby.
It's too easy.
It's Rose. It's got to be Rose.
And her name is Rose.
Rose. Okay. My apologies. Definitely not Ruby Booby. So
It starts off with the dude's name is I just literally just saw it and I forgot it immediately.
yes, but so in the
Joel.
first movie, she tries to beat it. She does not, and she gives it to her detective ex-boyfriend who
Joel.
really put it all on the line there and like was trying to save her. Whatever. Interesting enough, or at least I think this is what's going on, is at the beginning of the movie, he's like going into this drug dealer's house because he's like, you know what? If somebody's got to get it, let's give it to a piece of shit person.
Exactly.
And then when he like looks, and remember at the very beginning, there's like a person on fire. I think it's Rose.
Yeah, that was her.
Is it?
He was
It
flashing
has
back to his trauma.
It has to be. Yeah. So he's seen it, but it's also showing that like, dude, because he already knows. This is probably like day 2.
It said,
of when
it says 6 days later.
Does it?
Yeah, he lasted for 6 days.
Okay, so I think,
Nobody's going over a week.
yeah,
So he was reaching that weak point.
yeah. So I think what it's showing is that he was really strong mentally,
Yep.
because like he didn't hallucinate any of it. I guess. Wait, hold on. Let's try and put this together.
What?
Detective ex-boyfriend who's infected
Yeah.
goes into the drug dealer's house, kills the 2 guys on accident because he didn't want to do that. But then the drug dealer, no, the guy that kills himself in front of the new girl in this movie, he was the one that was in the trap house.
Mm-hmm.
But they never show the detective actually
Passing it to him.
Yeah.
I just kind of assumed that maybe the guy walked outside and saw the destroyed, disgusting, bloodied body.
That's a big assumption. Like they never really did they.
No, they didn't really explain how he got it.
They show him get killed by a truck. Gets ran the fuck over, and you see like his body is splattered all over the road. But they never show you a face of him smiling. You know, like
he did at the very end, right before he. Well, yeah, wait, he didn't.
No, you know, I don't think you ever see the.
Yeah, he never did smile.
So is that this movie's way of saying like there really is no shot? Like there's really no chance. Is it just because he was the last person to see him? You know, now he just automatically gets it? Even though he didn't smile and kill himself, he just killed himself? Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Like he sees the guy, he apologizes, then the drug dealers, you know, the rest of his gang pulls up, they start blasting. He ends up escaping out of the trap house, and then he's getting shot at. So really the last person that saw him was either the truck driver or the guy shooting him.
Right.
Not the guy. So I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a...
Maybe the drug dealer with mind... This is maybe what it is. Maybe the drug dealer's mind is too weak, so even the small trauma of seeing the two dead guys in the apartment was enough for him to get the trauma.
We got to make this a short because I really want to know. So I'm sure somebody out there, because we don't have Scott to help us, but I definitely want to know like what people think about that, because it's not making sense to me. The whole point of this is that you see, like, you can track it. This one would go untracked essentially. Like he got killed by.
It's not a clear victim. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so we'll have to find out about that from y'all.
Yeah, it's some. There's some assumption you got to make to make it make sense.
I guess.
I'm sure the writers thought of it.
Unless we totally missed something. But I mean, the way how big this movie is, or you know how big they're trying to go for it, there's no way they like accidentally mess that up.
Yeah, it's also cool. That opening scene is cool because you get it's a continuation of the first movie, so like you are following the track of the people at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And so seeing Joel, the ex-cop, go into the house, you realize the one guy that did get away with it by killing somebody to transfer it, the one that in the first movie we found out, he was able to get rid of it, but he's in prison for life.
Which he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get me
She's
away.
Stoked about.
Yeah, I'd much rather live in prison than live with a demon.
Crazy.
In my life.
What were you saying?
So it shows you that it's actually kind of hard to pass it through by killing. Like that's not an easy out. Like he tried it and it failed. So it's like giving us some credibility to the fact that this demon's really hard to beat. Like it's not just as simple as let me just kill somebody that's evil. Like we were talking about last movie, we were talking about kill somebody on death row. That's a shitty person, like child rapist or something like that. Get him killed and then kill him, or give it to him and then kill him. But you know, now we can see it's actually kind of hard to transfer by death, by killing somebody. Because, like, you're nervous. You got to make sure it's right. You got to make sure it's fucking brutal enough to, like, transfer it over to somebody.
You also don't know what you believe in. Like, you don't know what's real.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's the thing, too, about killing yourself is I wonder if the demon... You have to kill yourself early, and you're not going to do it early because you're going to try to figure out how to beat it. So maybe by the time you do decide to kill yourself, it's too late. When you put the gun up to your head and click it, you're like... Wait, there's no gun in my hand.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
That'd be kind of it'd be kind of funny if it was like a Looney Tune, like you put the gun to your head and
bang.
Bang comes out. I mean it really is fucked.
Yeah,
really, really fucked.
And now it's like, because they dangle this carrot in front of you, which I think makes the movie so addictive, is that it's like, how do you're so curious and like, can they beat it? We get like an inch closer to beating you. Like, okay, maybe you can kill yourself and then, you know, bring yourself back to life after the fact, stop your heart. So like they're dangling this carrot in front of you. Like, what are they going to do now? Like, how are they going to do it? And then this movie, now they dangle a fucking giant carrot in front of you by saying, how the hell are they going to stop this demon when there's literally a fucking thousands of people in a stadium that all have it now?
Yeah. So I'm enjoying the direction that they're taking us, because they haven't announced that this is just going to keep going. We don't know if there's going to be 12 of these movies.
Yeah.
We don't know if the third one's the end of it. Like, we have no idea. So going into the second one, I'm thinking, well, I guess they almost killed it the first time. So now it's the second one. She's a superstar, which means surely she's going to have like great people in her life. Like, you know, she's going to have like it's going to be very irregular for this global superstar to be acting like this.
Right.
And losing her mind. But then they really set you up from the get-go. They're like, no. It's not just some superstar, you know, that's super popular and has her shit together. No. She's got scars.
So nobody's going to believe her. Even more so.
Yeah. And then just as the movie's going on and you realize like, damn, in the first one, she was able to track it down and like devise a plan. In the second one, she has gotten no help. She's just famous and getting destroyed, and like nobody can tell her what's going on.
Because you have a bunch of yes people in your life.
Yeah. And
people that don't really care about you as like a friend. They really care about you as like a business partner, even the mother.
Yeah, she's like, you're providing us probably billions. So it's like, I don't know. It is terrible.
Because she really is alone. Because talk about, you know, being famous is pretty lonely because like you don't really have anybody anymore. So it's
good
like
message.
Giving it to that person, she really is lonely and she really can't go to anybody. Her one friend that she had that she thought she was getting help from actually hates her still.
Yeah. And there were so many. This is where it gets a little complicated for me, because if nothing that happened was real, then I kind of question, because I was thinking about it when we were walking out of the theater. Just something that I can't get my mind off of is, so when Gemma spends the night and therefore like causes her to like be late for something she's got to go to, Gemma tries to say hi to her mom, and the mom just never says anything back to her. And so you could be thinking, okay, well the mom's just too stressed out, but mom also recommended that, you know, her daughter reaches out to her best friend.
Yeah.
So it's like you'd think there would be some kind of,
damn, that's good.
Like, it's good to see you. But then even more like Gemma showing up to the hospital, and I get, you know, she did it. She was like, your mom texted me to come, blah, blah, blah. But you never see Gemma ever interact with any other person except for, God, what is her name? Why can't I'm drawing a blank on the main character's name.
The main girl? Damn.
Skye
Brie.
Yeah, Skye. You never see Gemma interacting with Skye. So there was like those kind of hints of like, well, she's just not real because she's not talking to anybody else. But then you throw that whole theory out the window when you realize that it doesn't even matter. Like everything she hallucinated was just that, a hallucination. So it doesn't even matter that I like picked up on Gemma not talking to any of the other imaginary people that Skye is seeing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun. Like the writers are constantly just saying F you, F you, F you.
Seriously.
And you thought she was going to win? No. And they're not going to win. Spoiler alert, Cade, they're not going to win in the third one either.
They have
the fourth or the fifth or however long this goes.
Please, let's end the story on the third one.
I think we just have the new Halloween at this point.
Yeah, this is what we need to do. This is what they need to do. Please, cross my fingers. Let's do this, writers. God, please. Let's kill the demon in the third one, and then if you want to keep the franchise going and make some money, let's just see the prequels. Throw it back.
Ooh, that was good.
So end it here, please. Make it a nice little trilogy where, I don't know, what the fuck is the third one going to be about? Like a hit squad going out to just murder all the smile people?
Well,
I mean, it's going to be like a global pandemic of just disaster demons taking over everybody?
I feel like now, here's like kind of a thing that you have to think about now, is now that this whole crowd has seen her kill herself.
Here, 1 second. All right, back to it.
Okay. So what I'm getting to, sorry, yeah, we had to make sure we didn't have technical difficulties.
Yes.
Okay, so what's going to happen in the third movie, if there is a third movie? All right. Now there's thousands of people that have witnessed it, right? So theoretically, it goes to all of them. Okay. Well, you can't just ignore that a stadium full of people, a week later, every single one of them is going to be dead, you know, in that week. So at that point, it's like, hey, there were like, I don't know, like let's say 3,000 people saw her just die.
And everybody,
and every single one of them is going to kill themselves. That is a mass suicide. And the world just can't ignore that. They're going to be like, oh shit, like what? what are the odds of that?
Yeah.
That every single person in that stadium, security, people like running the concert, everybody, like they all killed themselves
in a brutal fashion.
Yeah. So it's like, whoa, okay. Code red for Earth. Like something is clearly up.
Yeah. And imagine if you went on a bathroom break before she came on stage, like you're like, oh, she better come out. It's okay. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Then you walk out and you're like, holy fuck, what happened?
You know what? They're just gonna, yeah.
Yeah. You're the dad of the daughter, and your daughter just had to witness this by herself.
Oh. You know what? I'm starting to think that this is just how it leads into Bird Box.
Yep.
You ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
This is how Bird Box started. It wasn't aliens. It was this guy. And then all of a sudden everybody's just killing each other. They're killing themselves in front of each other.
Fuck,
they think that they see something and you never know what they see. Now we know.
Yeah, it's a smile demon.
How about that? How about that for a theory?
They do such a good job.
Try and top that. I dare you.
They do such a good job of, we said it before, but taking another step up and also not copying the first movie, because like they skip the scene of like seeing the demon crawl inside of Naomi Scott's, what's her name? Skye Riley? Skye. You see Skye, you don't watch the demon get inside of her mouth because you've already seen that scene. It's like they're kind of like skipping over because it's kind of repetitive. They even like do more hallucinations to trick you. So it seems like they're not copying the first one. They're taking the same exact kind of concept, but they're making it a little different to where it's an original movie. Like it's not like you can watch both and it's like two different storylines that really are different vibes. Not different vibes, but you know what I mean. Like different.
I will say the monster at the end of the first one is a lot scarier.
I agree. Yeah.
Way scarier when that fucking giant with the long hair, just it's a terrifying creature. This one was more honestly like just kind of funny.
Yeah.
Just funny looking. It's just like this pink thing like coming out and it's got like all the little mouths or whatever. It's like, and then it's so like well lit.
Yeah. Stage lights on it.
Yeah. And so you're seeing it as like funny, not funny actually. Now that I'm really understanding how terrible this is.
They also don't give you some jump scares for sure, but they don't like, it's not like all the time like the first one where it's always something in the house. She's always seeing some shit. Like sometimes in some scenes, like you don't really see it until later. Maybe that's not even true, but it seems like they just kind of they didn't throw in the same type of scares like they did in the first movie. They kind of changed them up a little bit to give you a fresh, unsuspecting jump.
Yeah, like I said at the beginning, this one was just more sickening to me just because I was just on edge like the whole movie, where I felt like in the first one, I really do think that like I could like kind of tell when something was going to happen.
Yeah.
Like there were moments in the first movie where I thought we're safe for now.
Yeah.
This one, you literally never know because she doesn't know. There's no preparation. Like she's not a doctor. She's not in the first one, she's a psychologist. She's surrounded by people who, and granted, it doesn't really work for her, clearly.
Yeah.
But in the second one, like this poor celebrity who like already just doesn't really have any friends around her, like she doesn't know what's happening at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just,
that's what makes the guy, again, going back to the dude, we're not sure if he's fake or real, probably fake. If he is fake, it's like an easy way to like build that false insecurity like I was talking about earlier in her, because he's the only anchor that she has to reality, air quotes, that she believes.
yeah.
So the demon giving her this guy that has an out.
It helps him, yeah.
It helps him because she like finally has one thing. Like
she lets her guard down.
She lets her guard down, and she also will be so open and so trusting because that's literally her only lifeline.
Yeah.
Like if you get a rope tossed to you, if you're stranded and drowning, you're gonna grab the rope.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna check, make sure the rope can hold you. You're not gonna make sure it's a safe rope. You're like, no, give me the fucking rope. I need to go up. So it's like that one little lifeguard, like safety raft for her. It's even worse because it's probably not real.
Yeah. And then you kind of think about like this monster is really just such a dick just because the sick joke of making it like, oh, you're one person that can save you is actually just straight up telling you that he's going to kill you.
Yeah.
Like that's your only hope.
Yeah.
Is you got to trust this complete stranger that is saying, yeah, I'm going to go lock you up in a freezer and I'm going to kill you. You are going to be dead and then I'm going to resuscitate you. And the monster's just like, and you're falling for it? Like, God, humans are just so stupid or just so scared. Like, I mean, this is hilarious. Like that in itself is just a sick prank.
Because you feel like when you're awake,
the hero,
yeah,
making the killer like the hero, it's just.
Because like when you're awake, you feel like you know what reality is. You can base yourself in some sort of rock, which is like what you can see and perceive in reality. But whenever that all gets manipulated, there's no way to tell if you're in a dream or not. It's like you can't trust anything. You're just like you're so screwed.
Yeah, I'm also thinking about on the episode we did on the First Mile, I made the comment that Rose, like I was just getting so sick and tired of like throughout the movie, like she kept going home and like wouldn't turn on the lights. So Skye finally does me what I thought was a favor, and she gets back to the apartment
immediately.
And she says, "Fuck this! I'm turning on every single light I can." And so I'm thinking, yes, good. Like,
thank you.
Yeah, it won't get scary. Monster doesn't care.
It gets even scarier.
In fact, it gets scarier. Yeah.
You turn the lights on, now you got 20 people in your house smiling at you.
I was so pissed. I was like, damn. You can't beat this thing. Don't get your hopes up for the third one.
I liked how our backup dancers, they were almost like walking toward her like their rehearsal dance. They kind of like would like lean into like the creepy turn, and seeing them all like
it was choreographed.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure. Like, I'm thinking about in real life, if I was me and I see all these people smiling at me, I'm like, oh my God. And I turn, I see more people over here. I don't really want to turn back. I don't want to turn to the 20 other people on the other side. Like, she turns back to have to look at them all smiling. Now they're like a little bit closer.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck, I'll just shut my eyes and just like curl up in a corner and just be like, fuck. I mean, attack me, I guess.
Yeah, but I think it would be terrifying because then she would like feel the hands like crawling on her, and then they would probably like force her eyes to like open, and then imagine you're probably gonna see the worst thing. He was like, no, you should have just faced the dancers. Like, what? You think I can't turn this up a notch?
Yeah,
so
because
you're dumb for it.
When all the dancers are on top of her, when they finally capture her and like put her on the ground. One of them like shoves his arm. I think it was the creepy guy out afraid of. Puts his arm into her mouth, like all the way deep. So it's like, imagine if you do the ball up in a corner, close your eyes, you feel all the hands off of you, then you feel a hand and a finger go into your mouth and just like start getting into your mouth. Oh, bro. And you can't, dude. What a concept. Good God. These guys are sick.
They really are. Just, like, because the writers just being like, dude, let's think about this. We can do whatever we want. It's all in our head. So none of it has to make sense. We can get as crazy as we want. Let me tell you something. They do.
Really fucking crazy.
Yeah. So I'm still a little shook up. I'm amazed. I'm terrified about like that people like can think of this kind of stuff. But for now, I guess I'm glad that it's not real.
Thank you.
And it's just a movie, right?
I hope so.
Right? It's just a movie. Yeah. Right?
I hope so.
Yeah. So I really appreciate that I'm just gonna go back to my normal life.
Yeah, dude. That's the thing.
Glad I don't see shit.
I hope the third one gives us some more clarity into how to beat this motherfucker. Something, dude. Please give us a win. Yeah. Give us a win. You tortured us for 2 movies. Give us a win in the third one, please.
Here's the thing. I can't tell. Like, is this movie popular? I feel like this should be popular.
Oh no,
this is very original. Like, I mean, I really do. I want to take this. Hats off to the people behind all this. Like, this is an incredible experience. It really is fun in retrospect.
It is fun
like
to watch.
It's. I hate how much fun it is.
Yeah,
and I hate it.
I never understood horror movies until this movie. I'm like, okay, I get it. It's fucking so creepy, but I'm in.
Like, once I see that the third one's coming out, like I'm all in.
I think it's because it's a new world. It's like you're uncovering these new truths. Because if it's like demons and stuff like that, you kind of understand the gist, and you kind of like to beat a demon. Like if you're watching the Conjuring movies, you understand. Get a priest in there, put some Bible pages on the walls, and like bless it. Like that's kind of the cure for it. But in this world, you don't know the cure for it, so it's like. you want to find out more. You want to see how they deal with it. You want to see how they one up themselves. Like, what's going to happen now?
And just the whole thing that, you just thought that this thing just kind of enjoys going from one to the next, to the next, to the next. But now, like, you don't even see him like, okay, in the second movie, it's not like it happened in front of 5 people. It's not like it's this steady, gradual thing. Like, it's been going 1 to 1 to 1 to like thousands of people.
The good thing is, though, with it being 1,000 people, it can't. Well, shit, I'm wrong in this. I was gonna say you can't. It won't like multiply. But if those people do it in front of like 5 people, then it multiplies, and those people do it in 5 more people, it multiplies. So it's just like we don't bigger.
We still like we don't understand what this thing wants entirely. I don't even think the people that have made this movie, like, there's no way they know what they've created.
Just wants death and trauma.
Yeah, somebody was like, "What if it killed itself and 3,000 people?" And everybody was just like,
damn.
I mean, what if? Like, I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, because they don't really give you any hint to what happens. You see everybody screaming and crying, watching the death. It's also cool they don't show the death.
Yes.
Because you've been through enough shit.
That choice.
Yeah.
That was definitely way scary. You know that this thing does it brutally.
And you can imagine. So even like letting your own mind imagine how brutal it is.
They show you at the end.
Right.
Like, so you already, like, just... And because I was like, well, how's she gonna do it? What, that fucking mic? Yeah. Oh,
Jesus.
She did it. That's all. You could.
Yeah.
You could. If I really tried, I could. Yes. Like, just tap like this. Now think about if you full throttle
in your eye socket.
Yeah. Just like as hard as you really could. Easily. I think you easily. Yeah.
Fuck, bro.
Terrifying. So yes, I'm morbidly impressed with this movie and where I hope it will go.
They did a good job of freaking you the fuck out.
Yep, I'm terrified.
Just like these deaths are just like so gross. You're like, oh no, oh my god, it's gory. Just like, god damn it.
Yep. Like they don't hold back.
They don't.
But it kind of in a sick way. It gets me.
It's also cool having the demon come out of her trauma scar.
Yeah,
like
didn't see that one coming. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I just didn't imagine that. I'm just so distracted by too many other things. Didn't even think about like how messed up it was. Also, Jack Nicholson's son's just in this movie.
Randomly.
I didn't even give a shit.
Yeah.
I was like, he did that creepy smile. I was like, wow, that looks familiar. Terrifyingly familiar, but just I don't have time to revel in the fact that this is Jack Nicholson's son. Like, there's too many other things going on.
Yeah, we're dealing with our own trauma during this movie. We gotta sort through our own shit as you watch it.
Like I said before we started this episode, I've never had like scary goosebumps. Gotta say, terrible feeling, obviously, but I felt a new emotion today.
What?
I've never gotten goosebumps from being scared.
Yeah.
I felt that, and I don't like it, but this movie did make me feel a new emotion.
Yeah, because there's scenes where like something's gonna happen, and like I'm sitting in my movie chair in the theater. 10 out of 10, don't recommend watching in the theater. But like you're sitting there, and you just like I like put my hands up on my chin, like, oh fuck, dude, what is gonna happen? Just bracing myself. Mercedes is sitting next to us with their literally whole movie just shielding herself with their sleeves, peeking through to see. Yeah, man, brutal.
Any final thoughts?
I'd watch it and torture yourself because it's kind of fun.
Yeah, watch it with a group of people. Go have fun with it.
Definitely watch it with people. It's way more fun with people because you can all react to it. By yourself, you're a sicko. Go seek some help, please.
Yeah, if you do watch this by yourself, please unsubscribe from our channel. We don't want you in our group.
All right.
Thank
you guys for listening. Comment below what you thought of Smile 2. Let us know your predictions for Smile 3. And we want to hear what you got to say about it.
Please give us some theories. Give us some answers if we're missing anything. Like, I mean, come on. Like, we just saw this in theaters. We're as new to this as y'all are, really. So help us out.
If you enjoyed the episode, leave us a like. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Support the channel. We'll see you next week. We're out. Oh, also, before we're out, this is the last podcast in Studio 2.0.
Yep.
next episode, you'll see us in Studio 3.0. So look forward to that. We're out.
Trying to buy my next meal. Seems all I do is drive. And when the boss man sends my next check in the mail, I'll have enough for closing time. And I've been cussing like a sailor since I ran out of weed. My tank is